welcome back to the big show. Mia Chambray, I'm Jamel Hartman. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, Medical Wells, Lindos, and People's Pharmacy. Do not forget to subscribe on our website, thedailyhour.com. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Audience, don't forget, you know this. Every October, we send out a survey. That survey will be coming out next week. So you know what to do. If you fill out the survey, you have an opportunity to win something big that we usually give away right before the holidays start. So look out for that survey. We'll be sending it out. Your participation in this survey is extremely helpful so that we listen to you. We did a lot of things based on what you said last year. We went on Instagram. We've created more opportunities and brought new people on as a part of what we do. We've brought some of the guests that you wanted to see. So the more you participate, the better we hope to be for your interest. All right, without further ado, let's bring our guest for today. She's no stranger to the show, but in a different capacity. We've got Tiffany Paynter, and we're going to ask her favorite cuisine. Bet. All right, let's give her a warm to the age welcome. Tiffany, one of my favorite people. How are you?
Good morning, Jamel. Good morning, Mia. Thank you for me today. I'm great. I feel great. I've been laughing backstage. So thank you for today's conversation, and thanks for having me. My favorite cuisine is Greek and the cheesecake at Protocol. That's basically my favorite cuisine.
Okay, so we got the Greek thing in common.
Yeah, I had Greek food in Greek town in Chicago, I don't know, maybe 15 years ago, and I was just blown away. And I've loved it ever since.
Yeah, they eat some good stuff, but I gotta ask you, we got to go to the rated part of the conversation, rated R part of the conversation. What's your opinion on Teo's news story? I don't want to repeat what he said, but do you have an opinion on that? What are your thoughts on that?
Having multiple husbands.
I think we should say partners because that puts all the pressure on the woman.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm okay with having multiple partners. I think it's all for the relationship and the family and the people. I myself have always said I would love to be LeBron James's third wife. Like in the peripheral with nothing. Like the other partners handle the intimacy, the other partners handle the babies, and I'm just like sliding in for like pep talks and motivational speaking and cheerleading. So I'm all for it. And LeBron, if you hear this, hi.
I see what you did there. I see what you did. I was never lucky enough to marry Oprah. I felt that way at one point about Miss Winfrey. I did. Let's jump into today's conversation. Tiffany, thank you so much for trusting our platform. You have taken the risk, and entrepreneurs, that's what we do. You've gone out, right? You left, which we really appreciated you being in. And honestly, you did so much work in the other space. Became friends of this show, and we enjoyed helping and working with Bermuda in the capacity while you were there, and I'm sure we'll continue to work now. But for those who may not know, just tell the audience a bit about yourself, your background, and what it is that you do. How did you get to what we're going to discuss today?
Well, I actually quit my job maybe 2-3 years ago, thinking that I was going to go full time into yoga, into the yoga and wellness space. I've been teaching and practicing yoga for 15 years, and I've had the opportunity to create after school programs with the after school program with Youth Sport and Recreation, where we train 12 of their after school workers to seed yoga programs in every after school program in primary schools. That was during my time at the community center down at St. George's. I've been able to create teen yoga programs. I've been teaching here and there in the community nomadically for years. And then at some point I just said, you know what? We need an actual space, a place to be, as opposed to all of these siloed efforts and lack of connection between all of these communities. and just really being exhausted with the lugging yoga mats from here to there to Dignity House to Barclay to
Mm,
Impact Mentoring. It was a situation where I was like, you know what, I am done uh,
mm,
that, and I want to create a space. And
mm.
so that's how we arrive at, or part of how we arrive at Treehouse, which
So
is like this beautiful story.
I love the journey because
Mm.
I think so many times we just think people landed into spaces and we don't understand. No, this is a journey years in the making, right? This is something that started so long ago. It's not just I quit a job a couple months ago and here I am. No, the intent was a job ago, right? But let's
Yeah.
what is Treehouse Yoga and where did
Well,
the idea come from? Like to say now's the time to make this happen.
so like if I was to say, if I was to offer a tea that you drank twice a week and it cured anxiety, stress, depression, improved heart health, lowered your risk of diabetes,
Mm,
and all you had to do was drink this twice a week, you'd probably buy that tea, right?
mm,
And 300 million people do every week. They drink
mm,
that tea, they buy that tea, but only 9% of the people doing that are Black. And so that tea is yoga. And I thought that that was a problem worth solving. And I got tired of going into yoga spaces and yoga classes and feeling like the minority and being the minority in a country where we are 65, 70% of the population. So for me, it became a problem that I thought was worth solving. And like this, my yoga journey began actually with the passing of my mom in 2010. I had struggled with depression for years, and people had always said, you know, you should try yoga, you should try meditation, and I dismissed it. I dismissed it because there was never anyone doing it that looked like me, sounded like me, or was in my community. And so when my mom passed, I hit absolute rock bottom. Went to a yoga class very reluctantly and skeptically and bawled my eyes out. And I'm not a public crier. I tell everybody I'm a Capricorn. We don't do public crying. And I was hooked. I wanted to understand what just happened to me. And then throughout that process of healing and shedding years of trauma, years of anger, resentment, all these things that kind of built up, I was just hooked, and I went from dismissing it as like, you know, white hippie Kool-Aid to now I'm like mixing the Kool-Aid, making a building where we're selling the Kool-Aid. And that's kind of like brings us to last year, where I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna start looking for a space.
Mm.
I'm gonna start looking for a space.
And how was the journey? Well, first of all, hey Tiffany, good morning. I've
Good morning.
experienced a couple of your classes and absolutely loved them. And I've actually always reflected on kind of in the Western world how yoga is always really white. And I've always thought that was really weird, considering that it was, you know, obviously it's Eastern, you know,
Yeah.
roots. You know, I've always thought it was very strange. So I'm so excited for this space. So
Thank you.
first of all, you went to look for the space, so I can relate to that. The search is on. So you start to look for the space.
Yeah.
Tell me why the name. Well, first of all, I love the name Treehouse. For me, it evokes like warmth and fun and play and somewhere where you can escape. Tell me why the name Treehouse, and then what makes Treehouse yoga experience different from, you know, other places locally.
Well, you know, earlier you guys were talking about like derelict spaces,
Mm.
and Treehouse exists in Hearst Home. Like, so Hearst Home is this building that's been around since 1820. Like, there are old pictures of this on the Bermuda National Trust site where it was the only thing on Church Street, and there was all green around this space. And so when I was looking for one room, one room, not an entire building with 12 rooms and 2 stories, I was looking for one room. I came past this building, and this little voice said, "Try the door." And I ignored that voice the first time, and then the voice said again, try the door. Now I'm trying the door at this building that I've never been in. It looks like it's empty. And I go in there and I walk around and it is empty. So the agent who was helping me to find one room I asked him, I went in that space, I got goosebumps all over my body. And it was like this download, a whole download of, it's not meant to be one room. It's meant to be a community hub. It's meant to be a healing center. It should be called Treehouse. Like, none of this was my own doing. I was like, there's a movie Inception where one of the characters using a rifle to shoot across the way onto a skyscraper, and then Tom Hardy's character comes with a bazooka, and he says to the other character, "You mustn't be afraid of dreaming a little bigger, darling," because the idea is you're within a dream. You're in this dreamscape, so you should be dreaming as big and as large as possible. So that was like the universe saying, dream a little bigger, darling. With this try the door moment where I'm literally walking through this derelict building, trespassing. And then I reach out to the agent and I asked him, like, who owns this building? And he said, it's Jeff Conyers and Argus. And I was like, so I called my friend Kate and I said, Kate, who is this guy, Jeff? Because Kate had told me the story about this racist uncle, and I wanted to make sure this was not the uncle. And so she was like, we were just over the phone, and she said, Jeff is my dad. And so I said to her, look, meet me here at lunchtime. I want to show you this building, and I want to pitch this idea to you. And if you think this is a good idea, I want to have a meeting with your dad. And that was the beginning of the story of Treehouse. And this was December 7th of last year that we trespassed. And when I told Kate what the vision was for this space, a space that was actually representative of the true diversity of our community, that wanted to fix this problem of this gap of representation in Black teachers and Black people practicing yoga, and really offer what is medicine. Yoga is medicine to everyone, where it's not 1 in 9% of people of color are coming into these spaces, but we are represented and showing up, basically reflecting the larger demographics of our wider community. She was all in. She got goosebumps. She cried too, and she was all in. And so this building that had been empty for 4 years became Treehouse. And instead of one room, it became 12 rooms, 2 yoga rooms, a living room, a whole WeWork space where we have rented out spaces to different holistic health practitioners. We have massage therapists, we have Reiki healers, we have doulas, we have like epigenetic, like I don't even know, witchcraft. It's like it's bananas. It's so amazing what we've been able to accomplish since.
You make it seem like a theme park for yoga. I can't wait to the TDH team. We may have to bring some community with us, man.
I have already said, I've been trying to get you on a yoga mat for years, Jamel. Like, I've been trying to get you on a mat for years. And it really is that. And the thing is, it's like, we're not trying to exclude anyone from Treehouse, right? Our goal is only to ensure that the makeup of our classes reflects the demographics of the wider community. Like, when you go to a forest, there is biodiversity present there, right?
Yeah.
And biodiversity is vital to the health of the ecosystem. It enhances resilience, it supports balance. Every living element thrives in this mutual support system. And that's what we've created in Treehouse. And that's what we want the community to understand. No one will be turned away from Treehouse. But what we found is that unless we intentionally, explicitly invite people of color and the Black community, these spaces become white dominated. And that's what we're trying to avoid. We're trying to, 9 out of 10 of our teachers are Black. 9 out of 10. That's you want, like you were asking earlier, what makes us different? And I scribbled notes, 9 out of 10, like 9 out of 10. So when you come to a yoga class and you're a person of color, we will look like you. And it's not just about that.
Mm-hmm.
Teachers we have the similar story of me, that
Mm-hmm.
yoga changed their life, saved their life. They never thought it was for them. Then they did it, and their whole world changed. Mike Simmons, Marcia Pringle,
Mm-hmm.
Chanel Vaughn, Ashley Aiken. The list goes on of the teachers that we have in this space.
Mm-hmm.
It is like a theme park, y'all, of like, come and make healing fun and communal. I'm excited.
Well, I want to just remind the audience, we will get to you. And I see comments and questions coming through. We'll get to you in a few. Mia, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, no. My son has a series of books called The Magic Treehouse, and I think that this reminds me of your place, The Magic Treehouse. Now, Tiffany, tell me exactly where it is. It's on Church Street, yes? So tell me exactly where it is, and tell me how people can connect, and where we can follow you, and how we can sign up, and like just tell us all the things. And by the way, all the teachers that you just like, I mean, I love Ashley. I mean, this sounds like amazing. Like,
Yeah.
to come there.
Yeah. We've got like the Avengers here over at Treehouse, like of yoga teachers and healers. But we're located at 12 Trot Road, which is right across from the Parlerville parking lot on Church Street. So you know where that beautiful like Bermuda mural is, next to Making Waves. So we're just behind that building. There's a little nip of a road that takes you from Church Street down to Quickie Licky and Planet Mass. And that road right there, you can see us right from the roadside. It's a red brick building. It's 2-story. We have the whole building, and that's Treehouse. That's 12 Trot Road. It's right there. Like, you can throw a stone from Parlerville parking lot over to us.
I know where you are.
All right. I want to go to the audience real quickly. Charles H. Jefferson II he says, how can we take that treehouse concept to other areas of Bermuda, including business, tourism, government?
That is a great question. I think, well, first, one thing that there's been parts of this journey that have brought me here. One of the things is I've been a part of the Ignite program. So that has helped me to build the business knowledge and the confidence to risk and go and leap into this endeavor. So that some things are already there and in place. Then there was the idea of reaching out to the owners of the building to say, hey, like, this building has been vacant for 4 years. This is the vision I have for this space. Are you willing to help us for the first 2 years and give us a reduced rent? I actually offered them a peppercorn on a satin pillow, and like literally like that they thought that I was crazy. And you have to be a little bit crazy to go into any entrepreneurial journey. And so you need a support system out there. I don't know if this requires governments. I think it just requires people. Over 100 plus angelic troublemakers. That's what Bayard Rustin says. We need angelic troublemakers out there doing the good work of community building. And these people have come and they have volunteered hundreds of hours renovating, scraping, assembling, building, painting Treehouse. We have saved so much money just because we have asked the community what it should be. We had a whole placemaking event, which is where we have people put on the walls of each room, this is what should go in this room. This is what this room should feel like. They vote with sticky dots on the best ideas. And then Kate and I, who's my business partner in this, we had to look at what are the ideas that the community voted the most for. So for instance, we didn't have a space for kids in the entire building. So we had to decide to make a changing room and a storage room into a kid space. And we did. And that was completely 100% guided by that community planning event that we had in April. So before we started anything, we went out and we asked the community what this place should be. And I think that idea, the premise of that, this placemaking that I've been trained in, it would be beneficial if the government did that. It's not new. It's like a 50-year-old practice of urban design. And so I brought that urban design element into this space. And I think it's right now we're reaping the benefits of what happens when you invite people to dream with you and bazooka dream with you, like take it to this larger scale where it includes the collective well-being of everyone. And so like we've got juicery coming in. They're going to be selling juices and pre-made salads, and then we have a cafe down at the bottom level where people can sit and eat and drink. You can have jam sessions, open mics, multi spaces. I mean, you've really got to see what we've done. And this building was hideous, y'all. This was red wallpaper, old floors. It looked like something out of like 1970 Clue. And we have revamped this and made this beautiful space. And it took an army of great, wonderful people. And now we have wonderful teachers, wonderful tenants. We've got Faven from Harmony Birth. We've got Goretti Clementino, who's like the best myofascial massage person on island. And Chanel Vaughn, who does Reiki and all things woo. I say to her, like, she's a man, like you should, and their individual spaces are beautiful, beautiful. And it's just, I'm excited. I'm excited to be here. And thank you. Like, I'm just excited, Mia. You wait till you see it.
Diana Gilbert's got a question. She's asking, is financial support available?
So financial support, we have free like each practitioner, each person offers one free session a month. So Goretti will offer a free massage, Faven will offer a free consult, Chanel may offer a free sound bath, Epic Wellness may offer a free consultation. Each tenant has offered one free thing a month. We have a donation community class where there's basically pay what you can. And then we keep our prices super low. So where you might pay $30 to $40 in another studio, we keep it at 15 or 20 or sometimes even 10. And then we have membership for a year membership, just like to perch, like just to be in the space and be able to rent spaces, is $45. We have kept everything super, super low and affordable, but we couldn't have done that without the generosity of the Conyers family, because if we had to pay the full rent on this space, we wouldn't have gotten off of first base.
But that's community. That's sense of community right there. And I think I hope people are listening, because I did not think the conversation we had this morning, the discussion, would tie in to, I mean, Mia literally
the derelict buildings.
I can't believe it.
Yeah. When you were talking, I was like, this is perfect.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
No, it happens like that. And I think that's the universe really trying to send a message to the greater community. And this is how it works. We've got more questions. We'll let you go soon, I promise. Charles H. Jeffs II, he says, can anyone just stop by and try the door? What are your hours? Do you need an appointment reservation? And yeah, another person, Diana Gilbert, asking open hours as well.
So yeah, you definitely can try the door, Charles. And I want to see you on a yoga mat at some point too, along with Jamel and Teo. In our men's class, we have a men's class every Wednesday and Saturday. But yeah, you could definitely try the door. Our open hours are 7:30 to 7 p.m. or 7 to 7. Because we have morning classes that Mel Dupree is going to be doing, as well as myself. And then the classes, most of our classes right now wrap up at about 6:30. But then people can rent our spaces. You can rent our multi-space room, which you can do presentations out of, Petra Kucha talks, workshops, makerspace. We've got projectors going. We've got all the bells and whistles, and like we've got a brew, WeWork, and yoga vibe all in one, right? So you can rent our living room. You can have a book club. We want you to use it as a community center. We want you to have lunch here. We want you to have your meetings here. We want you to do everything here. We want Treehouse to be that place that you find sanctuary in the middle of town. We have a meditation room, which everyone just keeps saying they're going to nap in. It's like this dark room, no windows, and it's like completely zen with this beautiful moss wall. Like, y'all, it's like, hopefully I can come back and I can just be on a camera, like showing you the space like that guy Ben Rigo does with all of his properties, because it's one of the things you gotta see it to love it. And You'll love it when you see it.
And if you ain't never seen Ben Rigo, Ben does it so like, man, he needs his own HGTV show. But we got Michelle White asking, I'd like to stop by for a tour. So I'm thinking, Tiffany, live on air.
Yes.
We should schedule a TDH community tour.
Definitely, like 100%. Yes, Mia, clap, girl. Yes, yes, yes. And I want, like, that tour should include y'all getting on a yoga mat with me. Mia's been in my classes. Like my teaching is very classical. I don't teach yoga as exercise. I teach it to help you regulate your nervous system, bring you to a state of calm. Like my gold star as a teacher is when I hear somebody snoring in the back, because that means I've brought you to a state of peace in your body and mind where you feel safe and have released enough tension where you can fall into a deep state around 20 other people you just met. Like that's my gold star.
So we've got this important question here. One last question, because
one last question
from the audience. I mean, but this is one because it's funny. I once saw a quote online. Mia, I know you've seen this scene. It says, it's amazing how we spend an hour in traffic to get to the gym just to get on a bike, right? Nowhere. Well, Bermudians, they like to park close to where they're going, right? So we've got this question with Rosalind Famous. She don't want to have to, exercise just to go and do yoga. So she's I'm putting that on you. You did not say that, Rosalind, but I'm putting that on you. She says we're the best place to park.
So the best place to park is Parlerville parking lot, because they have all day parking there, as I have been using it myself. We are literally, when you come down the steps of Parlerville parking lot towards 24/7 gas station, we are right there next to that building. You can literally look over that over into Church Street and see us from Parlerville parking lot. That's how close we are. And then we're right behind us. When you go down that little slip to Quickie Licky, is Bull's Head parking lot. So that's $5 a day parking. We are between two of the best parking options that you could ask for. And the idea is we wanted to be in town so that you would walk to us and have yoga during your lunch break, walk to us after work, and have yoga before you go home. We want this to be part of your daily, weekly life, which is why we wanted a space in town. But as I said, I just wanted one room, not 12. But the universe said, here's 12. And so I just ran with that and said, you know what? I'll do it. I'll be that.
All right. I promise. This is the last one from the audience. I promise. Charles H. Jackson is asking, do you have board games for people to hang out? Is there a coffee or a smoothie bar or somewhere to get ice cream? Well, she did mention juicery and some other things, but please just explain, because Charles wants some ice cream.
Charles, if you tell me when you're coming and you tell me your favorite flavor, I'll bring you. I'll make sure we have ice cream in our fridge. But we don't have ice cream on a regular basis. We'll have smoothies from pre-made smoothies and juices from Juicery. We've actually asked Preston to integrate coffee into his offerings, which he has agreed to do. So he'll be offering that in our space, so that when you come in the morning, you do your yoga, you want to grab a smoothie or a juice or a coffee after that, you go. Lunchtime, same vibe. So yeah, it's there. It's all here for you, Charles. I better see you at our grand opening on October 26th. You sound like, it sounds like you're in. So October 26th is when we have our grand opening from 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. And we have a ribbon cutting at 1 p.m. with Ed Christopher, one of my favorite Bermudian characters, the town crier, because we are in the city, so we do fall under the corporation's banner. And yeah, October 26th. And it's actually, October is normally a hard month for our family, to be honest. I've been high energy and happy, but I'm still happy, but now I'm choking up. In October 2010, we moved my mom to Agape House to die peacefully. And so it's only fitting you know, that and not even part of the plan, but this is the universe again, because we were trying to open in September.
Mm,
The universe said, you know what, you're gonna open in October, and you're gonna remember how
mm,
this journey began with the passing of your mom. And so on October 26th, we're opening, and I'm really been thinking about her a lot this month, because it's normally a hard month for our family. She
mm.
passed away in the beginning of November, and so I'm really going to be thinking about her on October 26th, and I invite you all to come and see, like, how you just never know where your journey is going to take you. You
This
never.
is honor. This is honor. This is what it is. You know. Again, the universe speaking. Right. Some things we want to do, but there are other plans for us. I love that. I love that, and I think it's a great way to honor. Tiffany, I keep lying to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But no, I you know, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I think the best way to honor our parents that we've lost is to continue to make them proud and do what we're doing. And I'm very sure that it's a proud time for everybody in your family. And when I say family, not just, you know, relatives, but the greater community. I am happy that you have a friend in Kate who can partner and utilize the resources she has. Like, this is an incredible. I hope you understand how incredible this conversation and your story is. And I don't say that just to anybody. I don't. Usually I'll talk about them bad after the show. I'm joking, but seriously, I think, you know, I've shared comments as you've spoken, and just people in the audience just really sharing how incredible your story is and how heartwarming. And I love it. I love it. And I don't want to bring politics in it, but I think this is the kind of thing people are expecting in our Bermuda. These are the kind of things. This is the sense of community that's going to help us grow and be a better people, not just for people who think, look, or feel like us, but for the greater community, for all of us. And so,
Yeah, exactly.
all you have your focus, your intended target. You said something key. This is not to exclude anyone. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I think that's what I want people to take away from this more than anything. But I'm going to go through a couple more, and you can answer them as you choose. Nicholas Butterfield's just asking, where can we find class schedule and info? And then it was another one. Oh, this is Charles and his ice cream. Asking, can we get a Scoops mobile location?
Good idea.
Right? Maybe you can reach out to Santa. Where's that Scoops?
Well, thank you for your question, Nicholas. So we currently have our landing page up at www.treehousebda.com. And so we have this landing page ready because we were trying to catch as many emails and contact information as possible while we're building our brand and building our customer base. So if you go to www.treehousebda.com, and sign up to that, then when we launch our site, we're letting everyone know this is our site launch. You get first dibs at booking for classes. You get an invitation to our October 26th grand opening. And then from there, we'll have social media links, Instagram links, etc. So go to our website and ask any of the teachers. If you know any of the teachers, get them to give you a tour. We've been giving tours for the last 2 weeks. We had a friends and family open house a week ago, and we were asking people to just bring us plants, because that was like, we far exceeded our budget, and then we had like plants, which we were told to get from the community, and plants ain't cheap. So, you know, think of it as a housewarming when you come to Treehouse. Bring us a plant, and don't be worried.
And Karen Simmons says, just signed up. We are happy about that.
Awesome.
You know how our audience is. They'll sign up.
That's like immediate. I love it.
They show up. They show up. That's one thing I love about them. Now, Joshua Samuel says, Tiffany, you're such a gift to Bermuda. Thank you for dreaming big for us. Appreciate it. And Diana Gilbert says, what a wonderful tribute and honor to your mom. I concur. I definitely agree. Tiffany, before you head out, we got another sign up. Thanks, Tiffany. I've just signed up. Audience, honestly, we're going to do something. Mia's the one that her and Sancha come with so many ideas, right? So her mind's probably running, and she's probably going to be like at the show, hey, so this is what I'm thinking. Like, her and Sancha, trust me, they will be setting up between those two. They're the ones that come up with the most ideas. And usually I'm like, on. I usually push back on everything at first, and then I think about it, be like, actually, we could probably do it. So she's gonna come up with an idea. I'm like, like I don't know about that, Mia. Okay, I get you, Jamel. And then I'll probably be like, all right, Sancho saying anyway. So I'm just waiting, folks. I'm waiting.
I hope your idea involves this tour.
Oh yeah.
Mia's mind, the way I'm telling you, it's a Steve Jobs like mine. Like she her mind's ticking. I'm not even. It's true. It's not a bad thing. I'm just saying her mind's going. But that said, Tiffany, look, thank you. Thank you. Please don't think that this intro is the only time that you're welcome. You know that you're welcome. Anything coming up, and I'm gonna say on this show now, as I mentioned before Tiffany came on, we said that we're going to be putting out this survey for the Daily Hour. We usually do it every October. One of the gifts we're going to give, right? We're going to give multiple gifts this year for people who fill it out. We're going to give a free year membership to Treehouse from us. So we're not Tiffany.
Oh, wow. I love it.
All right. So this is what community partnership's about. And I'm looking forward to it. Folks,
Thank you.
I've been hesitant to do yoga because I don't think I'm that flexible, but I did get me a yoga mat last year, but I haven't used it yet. All right. So I'm just being honest. So I'm be happy to say when I start doing yoga that I finally use my yoga mat at Treehouse.
Yes, this is music to my ears. I've been Mia don't know. I've been in DM and saying to Jamel, like, Jamel, when are you back on island? Like when are you on island so that you and Teo and Mia and everybody can come through and I can have a TBH yoga day.
You're gonna DM me and Sancha.
And he has not. It's just crickets. No, nothing back. Nothing back from him. No dates when he's coming. Nothing. I said, okay, I see you.
I just booked my next dates. I'll tell you on the side. Okay. We're gonna make it work, Tiffany. You're my people. I'll not forget the one. Hey, look, if nothing else, everyone who knows me knows I don't have patience. We're in the bank one day. Tiffany saved me an hour or two, boy. You become one of my favorites just from that. So, you'll be in touch.
It was all on your face. I still remember. I said, let me get this guy this ticket because he's about to walk right back out. I said, okay.
One more thing before you go. One more thing I wanted to mention. Your tagline.
Yes.
Lift as you rise. I'm all about taglines. I think taglines truly define who we are, what we're about, and our greater purpose. Speak to us about that before we head out.
Thank you for asking. It's really one of those things where we went through iterations of trying to figure out like what is the idea underneath Treehouse that will help people to really understand what we're trying to do. And we went through like so many different versions, like your home for healing arts, all these different things. And finally, I just tapped into what is it supposed to be? And then the download came again, like it's supposed to be lift as you rise. Mm-hmm. Because Toni Morrison is famous for saying like, when the door is open for you, you got to open it, keep it open for the person coming behind you. Mm-hmm. When you're empowered, when you feel like you have power, real power is about empowering other people. So you got to make sure that when you get that job, you're opening up that another job opportunity for another person. Mm. And so this idea of lift as you rise is like been coming through different people all my life. Like when I was 15, my friend Steve Brooms, mm-hmm. he was an Omega Sci-Fi, and he was a doctor here who came in from Atlanta, and he was telling me about his fraternity. And one of their things was uplift. And at 15, I really didn't understand what uplift meant. But through him and his behaviors here on the island, his dedication to service, I really started to understand that. Mm-hmm. So then lift as you rise just emerged as, like how Nike has like just do it, mm-hmm. or like Adidas has nothing is impossible. So the best taglines really are speaking to mindset. Mm-hmm. What we want is for people to come to Treehouse that don't have this mindset to leave with it. And that people who have the mindset to come to Treehouse and to lift, because I was in a dark place. I was depressed. I was struggling physically. And it took a lot of people reaching back and lifting me up to get me to this space. And you really can't get here without help. You
Mm.
really can't get to a place where you can give without others giving back to you. And that's the idea of lift as you rise. And I don't have to be at the pinnacle of my health or at the pinnacle of my wealth, or I don't have to be tall because I'm not gonna get taller. Like I don't have to be perfect.
Right.
I don't have to be able to lift as I rise.
Tiffany, that's a beautiful way to end a great conversation. Thank you so much. We'll definitely be in touch with you. TreehouseBDA.bm or .com?
.com. TreehouseBDA.com.
That's important.
Thank you for gifting a year membership. I'm loving it.
Yes, and send us the details. Make it happen.
I'll send you the details for sure. We have different membership tiers. You can pick whichever one you want to give away.
Let's do it.
All right.
Have a great day.
Bye. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me, Jamel.